What's up everybody, my name's Spencer and this is American Electrician. On today's video we're going to do a day in the life of an electrician, residential side. So this house right here behind me, we have some stuff to look at and we'll go over it more inside. If you're new to the channel, welcome. On this channel we do how-tos, things like this, day in the life of, and gear reviews. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe. But for now, let's get started. All right, first things first, this switch right here, there's a light here and a light across the room, and they, it's a four-way, and then, but this one is supposed to be a four-way, but this one here, if this one's off, then those two switches will not turn this light on, or the light on that's over there. So, and it's been flickering, so we're gonna take a look at that, see what we can do. So right now I'm gonna track down this wire and see what runs where, see if we can get this figured out. I had this open when I came to bid this job, and there was only one set of wires in here, so I'll go through right now, track. They do have this drop ceiling in, so that's great for me, but we're gonna take a look now and get started. This is why it's important to hire a good electrician. See if you can get this. This is off right now, but I don't know if you guys can see that, but that wire is clearly showing and it should not be like that. So I think that's why they were flickering. We're gonna fix that and see what happens. And also this shouldn't be open. All I did was open it up and look at it. I did not pull those wires out, so we're going to fix that up and see what it's like now. All right, upon more research, I found that this black wire over here that's coming in is the power, and then from the power, it comes into this light, then goes into the switch. Basically, the ground's not connected there, so it's not even grounded to the panel, and obviously that connection is terrible. And then these ideal snap connect, whatever they are, they're Lego style connectors. They've got wires sticking out, you know, really poor connections. So we're gonna have to redo some stuff here, get this all working, but this is a mess. So use a step bit, put a hole up top, got that wire in there, and now we've got all these connections remade up. So I'm going to turn this back on, you know, get all the switching laid out, find out what wiring goes where so we can get that all taken care of. But for now, this is taken care of. It's a lot safer. I gotta get all this in the box still, but it'll be taken care of. Even if that fixes the problem of the flickering, we still have to figure out the switching, how it's wired, to see what goes from here to over there, and to get this, turn this into a legitimate four-way. So we'll check on that and see. And if you're so lucky to work for wonderful people, then this happens. All right, now the next one that we have to put an outlet in for is this one right here. So it's gonna go right behind here. So right now we're gonna move this table, get this out of the way, and get space to work. Okay, so now we're gonna find studs. So I'm gonna say there's one right here, according to my little magnetic ball. So there's probably one about 16 inches this way somewhere. Just want to find these so I make sure that my box does not get cut out in the middle of a stud, so I don't have a patch of drywall cut out with a stud that blocks me from putting my box in. And I always do this in pencil. That way, if something happens, you can move it. My favorite tool to use is this Milwaukee M12 oscillating tool to cut out drywall. This thing's a beast. It is freaking loud, so it's one thing to mind, just to be careful of. Now we have a hole, and this room is right above the room that the panel's in, so it's not super difficult. This is our flex bit. This is what we're going to be using to get from upstairs to downstairs. And it just goes on a drill like that. I think this is 54 inches. So, all right, here we have it. Came down and barely missed the light. You have to be careful for stuff like that, and for wiring and for stuff like ducts. So that is one thing. After you get to that initial layer, be gentle, don't push, especially with the self-feeding bits, because it will tear straight through something. So I wrap one single wire in the groove, in the flute, I think is what it's called. Could be botching that. If I am, I'm sure somebody will let me know in the comments. But I just put it like that. And then, dude, words are so hard. Just like that. And then what I do too, to make sure there's not an extra tug, pull up on my little spool down here and get some extra slack, so that way it's not trying to tug all that out of the loop. So let's go back upstairs, get this wire pulled in, and get these outlets made up so we can make them up in the box. Now, gently, we're going to pull up push this here through, and then get this ready to be pushed into the wall. What I'd rather do, things at the same time, is make sure the box fits in the wall. Honestly, it does, but you're going to make sure that you don't try to squeeze in everything, because if you do, and the drywall, it breaks so easily. So, and then always use a screwdriver, not an impact, on these, because they will tighten way too tight, and you won't even realize it. No matter how good you are with an impact, this is the one thing that I won't use an impact on, just because of how many poor experiences I've had and how tragic it is to have to fix that drywall. All right, and she's ready to go in. And this receptacle that's right next to it is actually ground up. So I'm going to match that one right there. All right, and our receptacle's in. Now the other thing we have to match is this screwless cover plate. Boom, and it's done, aside from cleanup. So that is the install. Now we're gonna go back downstairs after I clean up and run that wire over to the panel and then install the outlet downstairs, get those working, get out of here. One thing I always do is take pictures of stuff that I move, so that way when it goes back, they don't have to worry about it and I don't have to worry about it being wrong. Everybody wins. All right, now we've got that, those two lines ran over here and we're about to get started on this panel. So we'll need to shut it off and get some light. Obviously, not about to be sitting in the dark. Oh, that sucks. We were almost sitting in the dark, but these Milwaukee lights take a beating. Get that set up there. Just sitting there chilling. Love my Milwaukee lights. They are fantastic. Got it shut off. We're putting it in here. We got two spaces down here. I forgot the breakers. All right. Got my breaker. The Cutler hammer panel takes an eating now, so it's done. So we'll get this cover back on and get this panel turned back on and go test our receptacles that we just put in. Here's a look at my tech pack, just in case you guys wanted to see it. Look how freaking nice that is. Just some insulated tools. But I'm actually about to change this up quite a bit, so I'm going to change all these insulated tools over to the TPXL, XXL whenever I get it. So for now, this is what's in it, but soon this will be a whole different beast. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Go ahead and like, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment and let me know if there's any tricks or anything that you guys do that I missed, or anything that you guys would like to see. So I appreciate it. This is going to be an ongoing project, so stay tuned for more on this house. But I appreciate it, you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.